welcome to another episode of the Black Guy Who Tips podcast. I'm your host, Roderick. Joined as always by my co-host,
Karen. I mean, you've been pronouncing your whole names. What's happening here?
You got a whole name. You always get your whole name. You got whole name privilege.
You know what I do.
Mm-hmm. You can find our show everywhere you get podcasts. Search the Black Guy Who Tips. Leave us 5-star reviews on Apple Podcasts. We like those. It makes us feel all yummies in our tummies, and we read them on the feedback show every Saturday. Live show tickets. So I was wrong. We do have some VIP tickets available. I think about maybe 10 or 12 left. I don't know. So that's possible. You can still do the VIP meet and greet, get the poster, get the picture. I think my parents are planning on being in there and all that kinds of stuff. So we can, you can still get those. Regular seats are available, of course. And don't forget, virtual. You can buy tickets if you can't make it. So there's no excuse to be like, well, I can't make it, guys. I'm so sorry. We'll watch it virtually. And if you can't watch it live, you get the replay of the video afterwards. So
and it's gonna be worth it because it's gonna be a while before we actually put the actual video up. So because we normally do it and then put it out not too long after that, but this time we're gonna wait a little longer.
Yeah, I'm toying around with some ideas for what we can do for the show. I have a couple ideas. I'll run them by Karen and then we'll decide. But you want to be there live if you can be there live. You want to have fun if you can have fun with us. I think it will be very fun. So make sure you guys do that. The official weapon of the show is
the folding chair,
and the unofficial sport,
bullet ball
and bullet ball extreme. Oh, I know what else I meant to mention. Don't forget, there's a link to merch in every merchandise. Stuff with our names on the paraphernalia. And we have so many T-shirts and mugs and all this type of stuff, posters, you can get whatever. We have so many designs. It's crazy. And sometimes people bring them to the live show, want us to sign them,
and we will
stuff
sign.
like that. We'll do that, but you need to start, around now is about the last time you can order because they got to print it and send it to you.
Right.
So you start pushing it. If you just wait a few days out, you might not get it in time. So just letting people know about that too. All right. That's enough of all that. We are not planning on doing this episode too long.
Mm-mm.
I do want to watch the NBA All-Star game. And I didn't really have a whole lot of structure around the topics and stuff, to be honest. But I will try to structure anyway.
Okay.
Karen, do you have any banter?
I do. I've been really good about the banter.
Do you have any banter? Talk to me. Do you have any banter? Do you have any banter?
I do.
Talk to me. Talk to me. Do you have any banter?
I do.
Banter?
I do. Yeah, I'm very proud of myself. I've been trying to be more alert because sometimes I'm like everybody else. I just be living my life and moments be passing me by and shit really do be happening all the time. But in my mind, sometimes I don't think that things are significant enough. But I've realized that they actually are. If it just kind of flowed or I ponder about it, I've just started jotting it down, no matter kind of what it is, because you don't never know where it's gonna go or who can relate to it or whatever. So I'm very proud of myself.
I'm very proud of you too. You've been very consistent.
I have. I've been trying to be on top.
Wait, is this your banter?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, that's not my banter.
I thought you went meta with it for a second.
No. My first banter. You got banter?
I got a couple things,
okay.
But we're gonna play it by ear.
Okay, my first thing was we was coming back from a Hornets game, and it was this group of black ladies. Sound like they had a great time. They went to the Hornets game, child. They were having the time of their lives, and sound like somebody in the group was like, I'm ready to go home. And because me and Roger was just randomly walking past them heading to our car. And that was the wrong thing to say because the rest of the group was like, bitch, we rode together. It's such a party. And she was like, I'm ready to go home. They was like, we is not going home. We got reservations. I thought, po thing. I said, this is why you either drive yourself or be like, I'm ordering an Uber. And that's just funny. You. And people do things kind of outside of what they normally do, which is fine. But know yourself and know you. If you know that when it's time to go for you, it's time to go for you. Make arrangements accordingly to those things, and allow them people that still want to be turned up and party to say, turn up and party over there. I am taking it to the house. But when y'all all came together, y'all all rode together, everything is like that. I said, po thing.
Yeah, I do stuff like this all the time when I'm like, because I don't know when my battery's going to run out, and I know I don't always like sitting around talking with everybody all the time, holding court. And so sometimes I'll do stuff like, oh, I'll drive myself, you know, and then people might think it's like awkward or worse, but I'm like, no, but in case I want to leave, I'd like to leave. You know, I don't want to drag everyone else down with me. I did overhear those girls, those ladies come in from the arena, and part of me wanted to be like, hey, the one that want to go home, you need a ride home, we give you a ride home. Because I felt empathy for her, because I'm the person that wants to go home.
I thought, po thing.
I'm the person that wants to go home most of the time when it's just like everybody doing shit. It was like, you know, I was like, we could have pretended that we knew her or something, but like, oh, you okay? But like almost how when someone's getting abused and you like, oh, hey, lady from a job, I meant to talk to you, and then they pretend to know you, and then you help them get out that situation. But yeah, I heard that too. I'm all for sequels to The Accountant, because The Accountant 2 is coming out, and I saw The Accountant on streaming like last summer, so I'm way behind everybody else, but it was as good as all y'all say it is.
Okay. And
I really enjoyed it, and I was like, damn, they ain't making no sequel for this. And so they announced a sequel 9 years later. I just hope it's not a depreciating return. You know, because the last thing we need is another Hollywood write-off.
True.
You know how these companies keep having these diminishing profits.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want that. Also, they really dropped the ball on The Accountant sequel. Like, why? It just says The Accountant 2. It should have The Accountant subtitle, like The Accountant 2 in the red. Balancing the books.
The Accountant 2, double ledgers.
Yeah. The Ledger of Death.
Yes.
What do they call it?
2, balance sheet.
Yeah. What do they call it at the end of the month? Well, that's the end of the month like closing or whatever.
Yes.
Closing the books.
Yes, closing the books.
Tax day. Like, why didn't they go all the way in with it?
I would have.
He don't, like, I watched it and it's actually really good, but he not like a action star. Like, he don't do Impossible White Man like one-liners and stuff. And I want him to do stuff like that. I want Ben Affleck to shoot somebody and be like, you just been liquidated. You know, it's time to kick some assets.
Come on. You are a liability. Bam.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what you do.
That's what it should have been.
Yes.
Why they make they made it so serious? Yeah, there was so many jokes they just left on the table.
Shout out to the accountants out there that's just cracking up at all these goddamn jokes.
Well, he just kicks open the door. Looks like the taxes are due. Pow, 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 pow.
Yes.
That would have been so good.
Oh, that would have been greatness.
All right,
that's hilarious.
Back to you.
I got a new pot because we have a pot, and I looked inside the pot, and I realized that we both cook with this pot frequently, and I realized that the pot the insides started peeling. So I bought a new pot, and I was so excited. And I flipped the pot over, and I was like, "Oh, that's the make." And I went online, and I found the make and of like the people who made it. And it didn't have a model, so I kind of guessed the size. It's a little bit bigger than the other one, but it's about that same range. And I am so glad I could just pick that one, because sometimes we be trying to go pots. They be like, "Here's the whole fucking set." I was like, "Bitch, I don't want all 85 pieces. I just want a cover and a pot. 8-ounce pot. I don't want the frying pan and everything else, the Dutch oven. I don't want all that shit. I just want the pot." So I appreciate them for saying, just take this one, and we ain't trying to sell you the whole 45 set piece.
I remember I think they've closed it, but it was like I forget the name of it, but it was over there by where Target is on South Boulevard, and like World Market, I think, or something.
Yes.
And I had noticed that they were selling a lot more individual pots than back in the day. And I wonder if it's just like enough people felt like, I think, not to get too deep, but I think one, our society has changed, and so people's money and how they spend it and what they get has changed. People are less domestic, like people eat out more and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what I saw in there was a bunch of individual pots, because I think that's probably how people shop now. And then just people not having as much disposable income with student loans and stuff. I wonder if people aren't spending that $500, or you have that wedding where the gift, one of the gifts is we got together, got you a set of china and a set of, I wonder if people are just like, I need a frying pan, and then they get a frying pan. I need a skillet, get a skillet. I wonder if we're seeing less of that because people just aren't passing down that kind of wealth, and don't have that kind of wealth, and people just cook less and are more a la carte.
I would say that played a larger role, and I could see too them adjusting to the demands. I could see people coming in, y'all don't sell us individually, and they'll go no, and then people just walk it out. So it's like, would we rather have a $500 sale or no sale? Oh, we get a lot of no sales.
Right.
So let's kind of adjust this accordingly. And also, the thing is, them sets depend on the quality or whatever, they're worth it because you get them and you literally have them forever. But it's kind of hard, like you say, to get that $500. And like you said, people cooking less, and also I think with a lot of older people passing, a lot of their sets not being passed down from generation to generation like they used to do, people actually lose.
Plus they all made of lead.
Yeah,
because they from the Great Depression and shit.
And them bitches is heavy as shit. Yeah, this is a 100-year crock pot, but you go, yeah, it might kill me.
I wonder if now like more people get in trouble when they go to buy stuff from like World Market when you walk in and you're like, hey, you got some pot up in here, and they're like, what? It's like, I heard y'all, this is what a pot is. And they're like, sir, we don't sell drugs. It's like, no, I just want to buy one pot. It's not drugs. I'm not trying to buy drugs. I'm trying to buy one pot. I know I'm supposed to say pots, but I'm too broke to afford that. So,
yeah, it's no S. I want one pot. I want the frying pan, not the frying pan set where it's 2 or 3. I want the frying pan.
You holding, man? You holding?
Right.
You holding
Can
pot?
you go check in the back?
Let me see pot. Let me see how. Let's see how many pot you got. It's
how
crazy.
Many pot?
Okay, back to you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I talked about the pot. Did
you have more? No. I know I'm saving mine for another time.
Oh, okay.
I didn't want to step on your toes.
Oh, no problem. I was at the Hornets game, and I didn't mean to laugh at this baby, the poor baby. This baby, there was some people in front of us. They had this little boy, and the little boy was small, and he was like smaller than the seats. So he was sitting down in the seats, and he was so light that the seat folded up and folded that polar baby up in the seat. And I had to refrain from busting out laughing at that baby. Man, ain't up in that seat like Cookie Monster eat cookies. That shit was the funniest thing ever to me. And I had to look past like I didn't see the shit. The baby was struggling. And they was saying, I seen it before the parents seen it. And they was like, oh baby. And I was like, hold on, Karen, please don't bust it. I think you had left me by myself. See, I don't need to be by myself. And I was like, Karen, please don't bust it. I'm laughing at this baby getting mushed to pieces in the seat. That was the funniest shit ever to me. I don't know why. I'm like 10 on the inside, y'all. That shit was hilarious. That baby was struggling. He gonna fold it all up.
Baby's too young to be at a game. Can't fit in the seat.
Can't fit in the seat. That seat was like, oh, you don't fit the weight requirements, chump. I was like, poor thing.
I know that baby. You was gonna be the last thing that baby saw.
Right. As it went under.
Yeah. Cause I don't save babies no more. That's over. After that one girl made up that story about that loose baby on the highway, I was like, these babies could cause a lot of problems for you just trying to save them.
Trying to save them.
You out here trying to help. Next thing you know, they got you on the news.
That's all that matters.
I see a loose baby, I get a usher.
Security. You have any? Oh, it's okay. I'm gonna do one more. I wish that McDonald's, and I know this would never happen. You know, people with kids and things like that. And I remember when your parents just go through the drive-through and you get like a Happy Meal and stuff for your kids. I wish they had like Happy Meals for adults that had shit in it like adults like desired. You know, like you go in, you be like, I want an adult Happy Meal, and it's like gift cards to like some of your favorite places. You be like, I want to have it's like a free trip or like a plane ticket, you know, just free gas, you know, or you can take this to the Duke Power place, you know.
Now, how much are these Happy Meals gonna cost if it's because I feel like you might be messing up the balance sheet with these Happy.
I am.
If it's $6 for an adult and they get a trip to Disney or whatever, I don't think McRonald gonna figure that one out. The man.
I mean, but see, the adult Happy Meals, you would have to limit how many you sell a day. You know, with the kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that you know, they just throwing shit at you. You know.
Oh my God! You know what I just realized?
What's up?
You know what the adult Happy Meal is?
What's that?
It's the lottery.
You know what? I can see that.
It's the lottery. Hey, this dollar can make you the richest motherfucker in the world. And they can only give out so many because it costs too much to make an adult happy. Like, you know, by the time you get old, it's like the only thing fix my life is $1 billion. And just, you know, like, if I get $1 billion, it'll fix that, because that's what a lottery is. It's $1 billion.
Yes.
But if only one person can get an adult Happy Meal every day, and that keeps the rest of us in line spending $1 at McDonald's, I just said something about life.
Yes, everybody come in, you give them $1, you may or may not get a Happy. And the thing is, you give them like, they be like $5, you give them $5. What happened? They pull something. It's kind of random. They pull something, and you see the lights and everything go around, and you know
they're describing Las Vegas.
Ooh, you know what? Yeah,
that's all it is. It's gambling. This is that's Happy Meals for adults.
You know what? Yes, that is. That's Happy Meals for adults.
That's what FanDuel is.
Yes, it is. Happy Meals for adults.
It's Happy Meals for adults.
And you know how you realize Fan Meal is Happy Meal for adults? You know how when kids get Happy Meals, how they be like, hey, we got a set of 5, and the kid get excited when they got all 5, and they talk to their friends about what you collected and what I collected. That's how them FanDuel board people sound to me.
Yeah.
They be like, yeah, I got the over under. What did you got? Oh, I got the left to the right, this and that. But I don't know what the fuck they talking about, but they got something over there, and they're excited to talk about it.
They're playing the lottery. They're getting their adult Happy Meals. They're
and they sharing and talking, because it's like a collective community.
I was thinking more like adult Happy Meal was gonna have weed in it. You know, it's gonna have alcohol in it, because you know that's what Happy Meals have. They have cookies. They have a little toy prize. You know, I don't know what a toy prize for adult is, because it's not like the kid is getting value
a sex
out
toy.
of it. Yeah, you're gonna get
you're get a rabbit,
cock ring.
Yeah, you're gonna get a cock ring, a rabbit, some lube.
Yeah, that's what this adults Happy Meal gonna look like. All right, want to get into some of these segments and stuff?
We can.
All right, let me pull up some segment music. We just got some new music from Psycho Music and from DJ Jaffa. So I don't know which ones I played and which ones I don't, but here's Psycho Music.
Psycho Music.
All right. All kinds of stuff is happening. Jay-Z had that lawsuit dropped by Tony Busby about the 13-year-old girl. But Jay-Z is still not taking it laying down. He put out a statement shitting on the lawyer, shitting on the lawsuit. And it's Jay-Z writing these statements. I seen the statements on Twitter.
Yeah,
and ain't no PR agency in the world writing like this. That's Hove.
They I was like, you said he write statements. I was go, they did not approve none of them statements.
Yeah, because they be having Brooklyn shit in them statements, and I be like, wait a minute, I recognize this language. This the same dude that wrote "Come and Get Me." Like you can see.
Am I gonna hear some music while I'm reading this?
Right. You can already I just hear the fucking oh, it's me, it's over. That's right, youngin', the wait is over. I'm like, damn. But yeah, Rock Nation had put out a statement, and it's just Sean Nation basically, and it's all like it always goes too far. So on this website it says if you go to rocknation.com, it says on the header, matter of fact, let me put this on screen. This is the header on the website, guys. This is not professional. This is not professional at all. Like if Lowe's lost a lawsuit or had a lawsuit dismissed, you can't go to Lowe's.com and they got yeah, bitch, like we said.
Oh no!
You know what I mean? We told you we was innocent. But it says Sean Carter issued statement after Jane Doe lawsuit regarding false rape allegations gets dismissed with prejudice. Today is a victory. The frivolous, fictitious, and appalling allegations have been dismissed.
Oh, no, no lawyer wrote that. I mean, not no lawyer, no PR person. He would have gave that to them, and they would have revamped the hell out of that.
Right. This civil suit was without merit and never going anywhere. The fictional tale they created was laughable, if not for the seriousness of the claims.
He talking to his friend.
I would not wish this experience on anyone. The trauma that my wife, my children, loved ones, and I have endured can never be dismissed. This 1-800 lawyer gets to file a suit hiding behind Jane Doe and hold on, I'm sorry. This for some reason this statement don't want to show me the whole it's written over. But anyway, something quickly is going to fail, and they're going to get away with it. What does it say? Repercussions. The system has failed. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, because it's kind of got it written over like the words.
Oh yeah, they were going to get away with it without repercussion. The system has failed. The court must protect victims, of course. You could tell Jay-Z put this on the website because whoever designed the look of it, they wouldn't have had this print in the front of it that's covering up keywords in the statement.
Right. They'd have been.
That's how mad he is.
Yeah. Somebody was like, who gave him
the password?
Somebody was like, I know he called you and asked you for I get it.
Right.
Please email your manager or supervisor if Jay-Z contact you personally. Send him to us. He hit somebody kind of lower in the rank that was like, here you go.
Yep.
And now they got to have meetings going, don't give him shit.
The court must protect victims, of course, in all caps. While with the same ethical something, the courts must protect the innocent from being accused without a shred of evidence. May the truth prevail for all victims and those falsely accused equally. Sean Carter, Hove.
Oh yeah, he wrote that. He wrote that. The PR press would have says, our client had went to court. It'd have been out pretty. It'd be like, we hope that justice will be served.
Right.
Like that would have been that. That would have been their words.
Now here's the funny part. So if you remember, this allegation also said that a unknown female pop star was in the room, and that Puff Daddy was in the room too, and they were also and it was supposed to probably be like J-Lo or somebody. We're supposed to be like, oh, J-Lo saw this and she didn't do anything. And I thought these allegations didn't sound as credible as some of the other ones, but I'm like, it'll play out in court and we'll see. And of course, this is what happens, right? It seems to be dismissed with prejudice when you can't bring it back. Karen, why did Puff Daddy piggyback on this and say, you know, as y'all can see, these are false allegations, and today victory has prevailed, and it's like, not you, bro. No, we not. Even Jay-Z didn't mention you in his statements.
He sure did not.
He was like, I don't know what that nigga did, but I didn't do this.
I know what I did.
I don't know if this nigga hired a Jay-Z lookalike. I don't know, but it did not happen.
It wasn't me.
But when motherfucking Diddy try to Mr. Me Too you, no joke, no pun intended. But when he try to hit you like, hey, just like my buddy Jay-Z said, we're innocent.
No, sir.
Diddy, Jay-Z, not guilty. Oh, that's got a bad history to that song.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, but guess good for Jay-Z.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of sexual abuse, though, and I don't mean to make it I'm not even trying to make it funny. It's just literally just the next story. So, Republican Representative Nancy Mase made a series of allegations of sexual abuse, rape, and voyeurism perpetrated against herself and other women by her former fiance and 3 other men in a personal and highly unusual speech on the House floor Monday evening.
God damn.
Yes. So she said that these 4 South Carolina men were predators, and she put their names and photos on poster board on the House floor. You know, whether you're trying to dox them, whether you're trying to get people to attack them, or people do that all the time with the internet. But she said, you have bought yourself a one-way ticket to hell. It is nonstop. There are no connections. So I and all your victims can watch you rot in eternity, she said on the House floor in a speech that she titled Iron Sharpens Iron. She made a number of specific allegations, including finding thousands of intimate photos and videos of women and underage girls that were captured without their consent. Mase also said she was raped herself after blacking out one night and believes she was purposely incapacitated. She pulled out props throughout the remarks, including handcuffs. If anyone would like to arrest me for standing up for women, here are my wrists. A glass to show the size of 2 drinks that she drank that night when she blacked out, and a camera she said was hidden on a property owned by 2 of the alleged assailants. Mase also went on to further graphic detail, but they have not independently verified the allegations at the Hill, so they're not putting them in the article. She said she could back up her claims that she has yet to present it. South Carolina Law Enforcement Division confirmed Monday that it had opened an investigation involving allegations of assault, harassment, and voyeurism into her ex, Patrick Bryant, in December 2023 after being contacted by the U.S. Capitol Police. Which maybe she said she tried to go through the law in 2023 or something. Since that date, they have conducted multiple interviews, served multiple search warrants, and has a well-documented case that will be available to release upon the conclusion of the case. Bryant said in a statement, I categorically deny these allegations. No criminal charges have been filed, and some of the other men named denied the allegations and statements to the Hill and said they were considering legal action. A provision of the Constitution known as Speech or Debate Clause gives members of Congress broad protection from prosecution for what they say while performing legislative duties. So basically, you can get up there and dox somebody and be like, Speech and Debate Clause, no, you can't sue me.
And all jokes aside, is because the thing is, these are serious allegations, and it's one of those things where these laws were written a long time ago, and it's also one of those things to where when you have people that disregard the law, not to say that she's right on that, right, but when you disregard the law, your time was meant to whatever you was on the floor for, like that's what it was for. It was not for this, not I'm just keeping it real, like it was not for this.
Yeah, it's like this is more like a personal vendetta,
correct, than
conducting the business of the people,
right? Not unless we were talking about rape or something like that, like y'all was yeah. And the thing is, the funny / ironic part of it is that the people that you stand for and the people that you voted for don't give a fuck about you. They don't care about you. You're actually gonna have less coverage. Like, they don't care. They're gonna make it so when you go to police and all that stuff, they're gonna be like, it don't matter. So you want justice for you, though, right? But you don't want justice for the other people. You will sit, and when shit comes to the floor and it's time to vote on shit to protect domestic violence victims, to protect people from sexual assault, to pump more money back into the community, to help these people, you will stand there and vote no.
I'll take it even worse, right? So she's talked about being sexually assaulted in the past, right? And back when Trump ran, I think in like 2016 or something, she was a Republican that wasn't for him. And if I'm not mistaken, she was like, part of her thing was he's a rapist. So then last year, when they were asking her about it, she's endorsed Trump. She's moved closer to Trump. And when they asked her, like, how do you justify that after what you've said about rape, assault, and all this stuff, she just ducks the question. Like, she's just not going to answer those questions about Donald Trump. And it's like, your justice is justice.
Right.
Everybody else's justice is just keeping you out of power.
Yes.
And yeah, it's sad to say that it's hypocritical.
Yes. Yeah, and I hate for the victims. I hate that any of this happened. I like, and truthfully, my heart goes out no matter who it is. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's like you're contradicting yourself, because it's you all of a sudden, like, you want to stand for something and it means something. But the second is somebody else other than you and yours, it does not matter.
And the other thing is, because she has shown a lot of looseness with the truth in a lot of areas, I'm sure that, like, a lot of people are like, if the police say something happened, then I'll listen to that. But you're like the boy who cried wolf, meaning like the stuff you stand for, we know you don't stand for shit. We know you lie. We know you sit up there and trot out those whatever the Republicans need you to say, you say.
Agreed.
So like, we can't put you beyond the pale of like truthfulness where we're like, yeah, I'm sure whatever happened and they should go to jail. It's gonna definitely be like, well, if the police say something happened, because y'all are saying people that say stuff like all trans people are pedophiles and shit.
Yes, you do.
Y'all do a lot with the allegations for us to take yours and be like, well, gospel truth.
Right.
You and your ex could be arguing and you could just want the fucking United States weapon pointed at this man's head. I don't know. I can't put nothing past you because you don't stand for shit. But yeah, I just thought that was interesting how she used, the House floor for that.
Right. And in my opinion, that is inappropriate, because this is not the time or place for this.
Right. But yeah, Nancy Mase, your representative. Speaking of political representatives.
Oh, hold on. And
okay, bring it back, sis.
The thing is,
beep, beep. Just backing it on up.
No problem. There are people that have talked on the Senate floor and the state floor about bills and about victims and all this shit. Like they've talked about these things. What you're talking about, they talked about them. Regardless of if it happened to them or not, they bought these things up. And they were called laughing stocks. They was told these things aren't true. They were told y'all lying and y'all are making shit up. When they try to bring these bills in, and they're not doing what she's doing. They're actually saying, I am making a bill. This is a problem. I need to protect the people. I need to protect the victims. I need to protect the kids. Y'all, I done did the research. This is what the police, y'all fucking, the Republican side will turn around and act like that shit don't matter. They just lunatics. But when it comes to you, all of a sudden, we're supposed to have all this compassion.
They are against Title IX.
Yes.
They're against the use of Title IX and some of the laws that the Obama administration and the Biden administration both passed protecting victims of sexual assault on campus. They're against that. Yeah, it's a slap in the face, and I'm going to bring it up.
I am too.
But speaking of political, unless you need me to take over for the 9/9/2000, back that ass up to the next topic. Okay,
we good.
Okay.
Yes, we can move forward.
The Justice Department directs prosecutors to drop federal corruption case against New York City Mayor Eric Adams. So he did it. He groveled. He got on his knees. He sucked that orange mushroom. And buddy basically opened up his city to whatever Trump wants to do to New Yorkers. He's not gonna fight it under any grounds.
And my heart goes out to New Yorkers because man, is and the thing is, New York don't like Trump and Trump don't like New York because they turned their backs on him.
Yeah.
And you know that has a lot to do with why he had that.
Well, the black and brown people, for the most part, don't fuck with Trump.
That's true. That's true.
You know, the same way they got Eric Adams is how you get a Trump too. Is like the numbers start adding up. Enough brown and enough white. But there's a certain type of New Yorker I'm sure still loves Trump.
Agreed. And it's one of those things where, you turn around and you look and you're like, hey, dog, like, my heart really goes out because there's going to be a lot of things that are getting ready to change and just impact New Yorkers' life. And I know for a fact there are people that live in New York and all the boroughs, and they've been fighting against this shit for years and for decades. And a lot of people didn't even want him in office. They was like, we have a much, much, much better qualified candidate, y'all. And don't, I think it was a woman. They was like, hey, dog, like
Maya Wiley.
Yeah, they're like, don't vote him in. You know, he's a crook, you know, because he's had things in his past and people are bringing these things up and people yada, yada, yada right on past it, you know. And so it's one of these things where people are going to look up and your lives are going to be turned upside down and a lot of immigration busts and a lot of going down through the black and brown boroughs and things like that. And, you know, and it's one of those things where my heart goes out to the people of, you know, New York, because it's not fair to y'all, because this is not what y'all voted for.
Yep. So yeah, man, that is, and the charges were withdrawn, but not with prejudice, meaning he has to do their bidding or they can refile the charges, and he's guilty of sin. There were people who resigned rather than drop these charges, and not just one or two, like 7. And they left statements about it. Like, this is really sad what's happening to the country, and you know, and how it affects you even when you think you're in a safe area. This is one of the reasons that when you hear people from these safe states, you know, that places like New York or safe cities they consider safe, and they talk that like, I don't even really have to vote because like it's not gonna affect me.
Yeah, it don't even
I live
matter.
in California or whatever. It's always gonna affect you.
It will.
It's always gonna affect you. And I'm not saying I told you so to make you feel bad. It's just, that's just how that we're all connected, and what one fucking part of the country does affects another part.
Yep.
And who's in charge always affects it. That's why I don't listen to people that say just vote local.
Nope.
That's a stupid compromise. I would never tell you to just vote local. You should vote all the way up to what would be best and easiest for the things you would like to see passed and the things you would like to see stopped. Get everybody in a position of power to do those things. You may surprise yourself with what can happen if you made it a mandate rather than just, you know, it'll be all right either way. I live here.
Right. And also the thing is, no matter where you are and what state you live in, there is a lot of red there. I think people underestimate that all states have red. Some states are redder than others, but all states have reds, and a lot of the red is outside of the larger metropolitan cities, like they're out in the boondies and shit like that. Them people matter too, and them people get mad when the cities pass these laws and shit like this, because they did to Charlotte. They get mad when, you know, y'all vote these people in office that they don't want. Like, they are very upset out in these fucking rural ass places out in the middle of nowhere where it's country, where it's cornfields, and you're driving for miles and you don't know where you're at. Look like a beginning of a horror movie. It's in every state. And so don't fool yourself into thinking that there's never red around. There is always red around you. And when you live down south, you have a better understanding of that than other parts of the country. And I think that people live in these silos, particularly in certain cities where they just think everybody's blue. No, even in this blue, it's red drops in that blue. So, you know, it's never 100% blue. So I am under the assumption that it is red everywhere. So I'm like, no, I'm going to vote so everything don't turn red shit.
I agree. Mark Robinson, remember him?
Yes, ain't that dude that lost here in North Carolina?
He ran for governor of North Carolina. He lost because he famously had some weird sex scandals. And then during the campaign, when the news media spaces started reporting on it, like CNN, he said, "I'm going to sue you for $12 billion." He has now dropped the lawsuit against CNN.
Yeah. But it wasn't going to stand.
Here's why I think that's interesting, though. Places like CNN, I'm not saying CNN, but places like CNN, like say ABC News, they paid Donald Trump off by settling out of court rather than go to court and fight. And they knew they had rock solid reporting, and they knew that the difference between calling him a sexual assaulter or a sexual harasser or whatever, they knew that really wasn't going to stand in court, and they still paid him off for whatever reasons. That shit do not extend to these brothers. It don't extend to nobody but Trump.
And I don't
Mark
think people
Robinson
understand
tried
that.
to use the same Trump playbook, and CNN said, "We'll see you in court."
Right.
Until he got to a point of like, fuck it, I lost the election anyway. Let me just dip the fuck out and quietly drop it. And much less reporting of this will happen than, of course, when he said he was suing and when they, of course, originally reported what he was doing.
Right.
But it's just funny how this shit works. That shit is a Trump exclusive,
only, and it applies to nobody else but him. He's the only one that's Teflon. The rest of y'all are going to drown, and he doesn't care.
Right. All right, let's go to another segment. Let's do some LGBTQ news.
Let me see what you want to be. You better move your body. You better move your feet. And I want to groove. Show me what's cool. Riding, caring, baby. LGBTQ news.
They're trying to take us down, but we still around. We lit. They're trying to steal shine, but we on the ride. We lit. But you can't do what we about to do. We lit. Black guy who tips.
LGBTQ news.
All right, LGBTQ news. Prepare yourselves. It's not gonna be. It's just gonna keep getting worse. You thought it was bad. Biden was the good times.
Yep.
In retrospect,
Biden was the good times, and it was what for me personally. Like I said, Pepperidge Farm, I always remember. I never forgotten that what we are doing right now is what I did not want, and I was willing to do whatever it takes to not get here again.
Now this is okay. So this is some good news. Kansas governor vetoes a ban on gender-affirming care for trans kids. Republicans have promised to override her veto, but they failed last time they tried. The only thing stopping that Republican majority or whatever is this Democratic governor, Laura Kelly. If not for her, this shit would be passing. And, I mean, this is why it matters. It really does matter, because who knows how many votes they are away from just this not being from this just running all over Kansas, because Republicans aren't playing about this shit. Let's see. This is just so Trump and so his administration. Transgender and queer, the words, wiped from Stonewall website in blatant attempt to discriminate. Outraged LGBTQ plus activist and human rights advocate gathered at Manhattan's Greenwich Village Friday afternoon to protest against Trump's administration's latest and perhaps boldest attacks on the community. A day earlier, internet users noticed that all references to the word transgender and queer had been removed from the Stonewall National Monument website, a move described by New York State Senator Brad Hoylman-Sigal as one of the darkest moments in American history. Dog, that's like taking away black from the National Museum for Black History.
Oh, they would have.
Like, take away all references to black and colored, please, and African American. Can you just get rid of those?
Can you go on down there to the Asian Museum and just take away Asian?
And what the fuck what is the words gonna even read like on the website once you take those two words out?
Right.
Like, just
it's not gonna make sense.
Yeah, this shit just looks stupid now. Just, I guess a thing happened and some activists did a thing with some women. I don't know. It's weird they made a whole website about this.
It's weird. Like, what was this website about? I don't understand.
You know, that's really how they treat American history, though. It's like racist, privileged people, racist people, whatever, white supremacist people. They read the same sentences as us, but they can't see certain words. They're like, and Martin Luther King marched on the monument for it seems to be rights, and they also said there were a lot of people there, and they wanted some things, and they got them, and everything's good.
And they got them.
And then seems a couple years later he was blanked on a balcony. I don't know. Was he like getting something to eat? Was he eating?
Not blanked.
Did he go on a vacation or something? He was standing on the balcony. Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all?
Oh, did they go out? Did they turn around? You know how when you're old school, when you're handwriting the paper, how you take like the white out. And I'm not talking about like not the paint, but like, you know, the good white out, and you just go across it. So it's just like
it's redacted.
Blank. Yeah, or they covered
it's
in black.
Redacted. This is redacted.
They're covered in black.
You can't redact transgender and queer from fucking Stonewall.
Right. It's Stonewall.
You know what? I say that, but they did it to the fucking Village people. So what do I know? What the fuck I don't know the new rules. Last thing I heard, the Village people was not gay. What? Okay.
It's called a YMCA.
They just unironically would rather stay in a YMCA than any hotel chain, any house, any apartment.
I mean, it starts off with a young man.
Right.
What am I supposed to think?
GOP advances bill that would allow Nazi flags while banning pride flags. That's right. Hot this year, Nazi flags, not pride flags. The GOP lawmaker behind the bill said that Nazi flags can serve educational purposes, but of course the rainbow flag cannot.
No.
You're gonna learn to be gay? What is the educational purposes of
the Nazi flag? Unless we in the museum are talking about history, what's the purpose?
Well, you can learn a lot by saluting it and pledging your life.
By marching around with it.
Right. Listen, they had good fashion. Now, what's ironic is we took down the rainbow and we left up the Nazis but the Nazis also had good fashion sense. So it's like we still get some of the benefits of the gay without the gays. Utah House Education Committee favorably recommended the bill, with all Republicans on the committee voting in favor of it and 2 Democrats voting against it. This is in Utah. Well, this isn't helping you guys draft the next Donovan Mitchell. No wonder it's Walter Kessler and the fucking the hobbits from Lord of the Rings over there with that motherfucker.
Right.
The Lord, wasn't it Lauren McKinnon or whatever? Of course they got nothing but whites on that roster. We need to help get that brother, John, what's his name, out of there. You gotta get him. What's wrong with that brother? He should get the hell out of there. They over there passing laws like you can do Nazi flags but not the rainbow flags.
Right.
That's ridiculous. Danny Ainge did. That's why he won't draft no. That's why he got to draft everybody. He can't make no trades. He like, listen, I took a look around at the politics of this place. And every black person that plays it will have to be under contract and under a very binding 7-year rookie contract.
Because if they
even get a whiff of money before they get here, they are on the next thing smoking, Jack.
Yeah, they out this bitch. They'll break the contract if they got to.
I forgive you, Danny Ainge. I'm sorry. I've been looking at this wrong. I've been thinking you a racist piece of shit. You might really be the only. You might just looked at Utah and was like, no black people will ever come here for recreation.
Right.
If they have if they have even a little bit of power, they are gonna fuck this whole contract team up. I'm telling you right now. When the trade deadline hit and they was like, you want to trade for KD? It's like KD will get off the plane. He will look around and say, hell no. And we're gonna be the first team that failed the physical.
Not only that, with Utah, several players have came out and they was like, yeah, we have
That's
problems.
what I'm saying.
when we go there. So for a lot of players, they're like, I would never play for that team.
The pool of talent that they have to pick from is so small, because it's not this that you can't pick. Like, obviously you go with white guys and you just hope you don't get like a cool one, you know, fuck around and get a Tyler Hero and now you got to trade everybody.
I know, fuck around and get a white chocolate. They ain't gonna know what to do.
Yeah, but the pool of black players you have to select from is even smaller because it's only a certain type of black guy. You got to find a Karl Malone black guy. They don't make a lot of those.
They do.
Most of those guys play football.
Yeah, they actually do.
Yeah, like that's a small pool. Cause anyway. In addition to that, you can take a Nazi flag there but not a rainbow flag if they pass that bill. That is special type of hate. But that's what they want to say. Speaking of special type of hate, MAGA Congresswoman Sarah McBride misgendered a MAGA Congresswoman misgendered Sarah McBride on the House floor, calling her a gentleman because Sarah McBride is trans, and she bragged about it too.
Yeah, because I think it's funny.
Yeah. Yeah, it's and it's the hatred and the cruelty is what it's about.
Yeah, the cruelty is the
They're
point.
signaling to their base, and their base likes this shit.
Yes, they do.
Like she will get reelected.
Yes, she will.
Right. But yeah, it's just I think it's Sarah. I think this might even be Sarah McBride's first time in Congress. I think so. Like, at any rate, yeah. So Sarah McBride tweeted, "For what it's worth, there's an entire speech after I'm recognized by the acting speaker that's worth a watch. Much more than a 15-second video of me being called on. You can find it at rep_McBride. It was my first ever floor speech." So yeah, it wasn't just that she tried to ruin Sarah McBride's moment. Like just the fact that you exist. It was so the topic wasn't about trans people. Mm-hmm. It was just hatred for no reason, trying to steal a new congresswoman's shine. The hatred is what I'm talking about. I know there's a lot of people that feel like I don't understand trans people, or it's confusing to me. I can't get it. I'm cisgendered. The concept is da da da. This type of hatred, though, you do get that, right? Like, you can see that's
people just want to exist.
This is not them not understanding. This is different. This isn't ignorance and as a genuine, earnest, like, I just didn't know. My mistake. I called you the wrong name. No, this is intentional infliction of emotional harm to people.
Right.
That's what they're about. And you would hope that people can see, like, well, I don't want to be about that. Because I'm trying to allow for, like, hey, man, everybody don't understand everything.
No.
Everybody hasn't read every book. Everybody doesn't know every type of person. But, like, I think everybody knows a bully when they see one.
Yeah,
there's some bullying bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. But, yeah, that's fucked up. And the last thing, like I told y'all it was bad news. I told y'all. The last thing is, Joe Biden stood up for trans rights at the Supreme Court. Donald Trump just ended that. The Trump administration has changed the federal government's position in the case of U.S. versus Scrimetti, the challenge brought by trans rights advocates to Tennessee's ban on gender-affirming care for transgender youth. The Supreme Court heard oral arguments in the case in December. The Biden administration chose to join the side of the plaintiffs. That include the families and of several trans kids, as well as healthcare providers, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. Trump comes in, and they're like, his Deputy Solicitor General Curtis E. Gannon sent a letter and was like, yeah, we on the opposite side now. So these are also things we lose. And these
yes, it is.
And I think it's cold-blooded when people say the shit like, well, should we just give up trans people next time? You know, that did the transphobia cost us this, so let's just leave trans people out in the cold next time and not bring up anything up with them on the ballot and all that shit. I hate that cowardly point of view.
Yep,
mostly because if you're gonna stand for it, you got to stand for it on this. Because that's the same logic to never ever get black people the right to vote.
That's what I'm talking about, because that's the thing. You start on the outside and you quote unquote fucking work your way in.
Yeah.
And when you work your way in, everything that's not cishet white will be gone. The black, the gays, the Native Americans, Asians, everybody will be chopped. Women, children, everybody will be poor, will be chopped off that list.
Yep. So, all right. Let's get into another. I wish I had good news, guys, but there's not a lot going around on that topic. But you know, how long we been going? Oh, it's almost an hour. Okay, let's wrap it up with some. Let's see, I don't want to do white people news, or do I want to do guess the race? Let's do guess the race. How about that? Pull up my guess the race music. There we go.
What time is it?
It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race.
Guess the race time. Going around the globe, find different articles. Guess the race of the people involved. Karen plays along. Chat room plays along. Their races. Let's get to it. A Mississippi woman sentenced for unnatural intercourse with a dog.
Oh.
First of all, why does that imply that there's a natural intercourse with a dog? Who wrote that law? Then you can leave out unnatural and just be like, hey, if anyone having sex with dogs, that's not good.
No, the dogs cannot consent.
Like, has someone ever been in the trial and been like, Your Honor, that intercourse with that dog was quite natural? I hereby move that the court adjourn and we strike this case from the file. Okay,
That's not how that works.
You gotta see it. I got it on tape.
Oh no!
According to Mississippi Department of Corrections website, Denise Frazier was sentenced to 4 years in prison. She was convicted in Forest County. I'm surprised it was a woman. I don't know why. I don't know what that says about me, but I'm surprised. A judge also ordered Frazier to serve 5 years of probation and paid $2,615.51. I wonder what the money's for.
I wonder what the 51 cents is for.
For the dog's bills or something?
It must be.
For adoption for another family? Because you
Something.
can't get that dog back. Frazier was arrested in Hattiesburg in 2024, charged with 1 count of attempted unnatural intercourse and 1 count of unnatural intercourse. So she got charged for the attempt and the completion. Like it was a natural intercourse attempted and made. And you catch a charge for both.
We don't get you for attempting and being successful.
You fucked around and found out.
Yes, we don't charge you for both parts.
All right. She was previously arrested in Jones County in April 2023 for unnatural intercourse and aggravated cruelty towards an animal. So she's a serial animal abuser. Oh my God. According to his defense of animals, authorities obtained a video that showed she had engaged in unnatural intercourse with a dog. They was looking at it like, that's not natural. I could have seen if it was some natural intercourse, but lock this lady up. They said the 3 separate dogs appeared. 3? The dogs were rescued and received veterinary care. Oh my God. I can't even imagine how that would mess a dog up.
Yeah, it has to be traumatizing to an animal. Yes.
And how's it going to be around other people?
Agreed. And
you got to train it a whole different way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And then when you take them to shelters, it might be hard for them to be adopted and things like that. Like you kind of have to get them adjusted to people again.
Right. And the irony is like the families that adopted the dogs is like, you bitch. And this lady was like, yeah, say it again. He was like, no, not the good way.
No.
The bad way. The sentencing is a step towards justice.
The bad way.
But the fight isn't over. We are still pushing for accountability in Jones County where her abuse first came to light. So they going all the way back on her. All right, Karen, guess the race of Denise Frazier. This lady.
Denise Frazier.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go white.
I'm going to say white anyway because I don't want this for us. Going out on a limb and saying black, that last name sounds black as hell. White train conductor. She wanted that dog in her.
Oh, no.
White nonsense. Oh my God. Hot dog, white buns. No. What?
That's hilarious.
Oh man. NBA skills competition winner. Matt McClung. More like Matt McGruff. The correct answer is, and I mean, almost all of y'all said the same thing, and you pretty much got it right. White. One person did miss it. They said black. Although I feel like she's definitely white, but you know, shake the tree. You know what I'm saying, guys? Shake the tree. Like, maybe an ancestor in there somewhere. Oh man, these are some sick articles. My dad sent me that one.
What's wrong with him?
Might as well just keep it all sick, guys. All right. How about this one? You know what? I won't keep it sick. I got a couple light ones. Well, the word "sick" is in the title. A sick stock stealer sniffer is arrested. Try saying that 6 times fast when you're high.
What is we sniffing?
A pervert who was caught stealing and sniffing children's socks.
Oh no!
At a Utah Funplex is facing numerous felony charges after police search.
Oh no, the baby's
residence.
in at the trampoline and you over there sniffing their socks.
Right, and they kids socks, so you know they tell terrible. And electronic devices turned up multiple files of child pornography. Well, I hope you're sitting down for that one. The probe of the Roland Edward Brown, 63, began last year after an employee of the Rush Funplex called cops to report that a suspicious male was stealing socks at the entertainment venue. Well, stealing the socks is even worse. Are you not planning to bring the socks back? Oh, don't bring them back. What are you going to do with those socks?
And you know what? I feel bad for all the kids that were fussed at for losing their socks.
Right.
Because you know parents are like, where your socks? And the baby go, I don't know. And the baby's actually telling the truth.
Right.
Most of the time, they probably really do lose the socks. But the one time, the baby was like, no, mama. I had 2 pair. I put 2 pair in there. I don't know what happened to one of them. And it didn't roll off my feet. Mama, I'm telling the truth.
Somebody got a whooping for this.
Right, poor baby. Got punished.
Mama went into their room and was like, I know 3 years ago when you said that I whooped you when we left Chuck E. Cheese.
You better apologize to them children.
I'm sorry.
Apologize to them poor babies.
I know what happened to those socks. I'm not going to tell you, but I know what happened to
You're
those
right.
socks.
I can't explain it to you.
And I'm sorry.
But baby, you was telling the truth. Mama is, my bad. I am sorry.
The Funplex has laser tag, rock climbing, kiddie carts, and a foam pit. According to probable cause affidavit, a police investigation revealed that he stole multiple children's socks from the Rush Funplex in West Jordan, a Salt Lake City suburb. Additionally, Roland was seen sniffing the stolen socks and taking multiple pictures of the children playing. Alarmed by this concerning behavior.
The baby jumping in the balls, and all of a sudden you see a big ass flash.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
Alarmed by this concerning behavior, cops secured the warrant to raid his Utah County home. During the search of his electronic devices, we found that he had multiple cams of CSAM, which is child sexual abuse material. Oh my God. He was staking the place out.
Oh.
Yeah. Also, like, of course they caught you. You probably went in there with no kids. Everybody else checking into the Funplex, bringing their kids.
Yes,
looking
or a
bored,
child related to them, or they babysitting somebody.
Reading their Kindles, not
paying attention
to their kids, getting knocked over the head with fucking
foam
balls and shit.
Yes.
And this nigga ended up being pulling out his camera, actively paying attention. It was like, that man's not a parent. Look how much attention he's paying to those kids.
I know. The baby's beating on that little glass. Mama, look at me. The mama like, you have a good time, baby.
It's like, that's not an active father. Mm-hmm. That is a pedophile. Get him
They're
out
like,
of
you
here.
are not sitting here drinking beer, sir. What is wrong with you?
He was so attentive, they called the cops.
Yes.
It was like, the police must be made aware of this.
You are too attentive.
During the search of Roland's electronic devices, they found child sexual abuse material. He was arrested, charged with 10 counts each of aggravated sexual exploitation of a minor and sexual exploitation of a minor. He is also accused of tampering with a witness, a felony, and it was found he attempted to have a witness lie to the court. What? Hey man, tell him I wasn't sniffing them socks.
What did he say? Tell him I was with you.
What's the lie? This is a pretty open and shut case. Hey man, can you tell him it was your child porn? No, I can't.
I will not.
And I think that's gonna be a charge too.
Yeah, right. And the man was like 60-something years old, so you know he wasn't smooth with it at all.
Yeah. So they ordered him held without bail. If released, it would constitute a substantial danger to any individual or to the community. Is likely to flee jurisdiction. His residence. The things. So according to court papers, his residence is a home in Utah County owned by his 48-year-old wife. Brown's spouse filed for divorce 6 weeks ago. So she was like, yeah, he did it. I'm out. Maybe I can get half of what's left. Brown appears to have operated businesses and for recruiting from the Lehigh property. So blah, blah, blah. All right, Karen, guess the race of Mr. Roland Edward Brown.
Oh, white.
White, okay. White. Let's check the chat room. Church of Latter-day Sniffers white. White ass freaky frog. Fleet feet fetish white. Nasty ass Lord Laris white. A creepy heterosexual white man. Ain't Utah Jazz Center white. The correct answer is white. Oh man. Oh. Yeah, that's him. Man. He looks like an upstanding businessman in that picture, but I also imagine him holding that phone like that, looking at somebody else's kid.
You know he was. And you know he probably, like I said,
Right.
he probably don't know how to turn fucking flash. I guarantee you that's how they caught him. All of these kids jumping. All of a sudden the parents only look up because they seen the big ass flash. They're like, what is that flashing?
All the writing was in big letters.
You know it was. He wasn't hiding shit.
All right, Karen, you're 2 for 2.
Yay.
Time to go to the racist intro.
I ain't racist. How can I be racist about anybody or anything in my life? How can I?
Call them niggas. Just call them niggas.
It's time to get the
Gold
race.
teeth, gold chain wearing, fried chicken and biscuit eating, monkey ate baboon, big thigh, fast running, high jumping, spear chucking, 360-degree basketball.
Fingerprint on Goldfish package lands accused robber behind bars. Using a fingerprint lifted from a Goldfish package, cops identified and arrested a man for hitting a female Family Dollar manager in the face with the crackers when she confronted him about stealing from the retailer.
Ah, damn.
Damn. You think when the cops showed up, there was like, looks like something's fishy here. Oh, you found a fingerprint? Looks like we crackered the case.
Looks like he had his hooks into that bag.
When the cops was interrogating him and they was like, where was you on the night of whatever? He was like, go fish.
The cops came in. We're fishing for information. That's so stupid. I'm sorry. That's hilarious.
Cops allege that Michael Gonzalez, who is also known as Gizmo, struck the 65-year-old victim after walking out of the Florida business with approximately $50 worth of cleaning supplies and a box of Goldfish crackers. $50 of cleaning supplies from the dollar store is a lot.
I'm about to say, you had a lot of shit.
Would you have a tractor trailer out front? How are you getting that out of there? It's like a metric ton of shit.
Ain't it though?
$50 at the dollar store, you feel like you feel like you
balling.
are rich.
Yeah, you do. You don't feel like you accomplished something.
I don't care if they cut the Snickers bars into like 4 quarters and each one is $1.
Don't
you
matter.
feel like somebody when you buy 50 of them.
Yeah, your dollar done went somewhere.
Yeah. This half a Twix is good as shit. I bought 37.
I sure did.
So yeah, the victims say the victim approached Gonzalez as he handled the stolen goods to a passenger in a vehicle parked in the front of the store. I do have to say, if you work at the dollar store, you're not Mr. Dollar. Don't go out to the parking lot confronting thieves. That's just part of it.
Oh, that's that shit now.
That's just part of it.
And put like this. And if they don't call me, I ain't saying shit. Y'all got videos. Y'all got cameras.
You're just there to make sure they don't burn the place down.
Ain't that the truth? Make sure it don't burn and it ain't getting flooded.
They write off a lot.
Right.
When it comes to theft at the dollar, they expect it. It's built into the price.
It is.
They're like, this ain't nothing but us shipping China's lead out to the rest of y'all, so fuck it. Upon being challenged by the woman, Gonzalez allegedly hit her in the face with the Goldfish crackers, causing a small cut under her lip. Seen at the right, Gonzalez was arrested yesterday for a strong armed robbery, a felony in connection with the incident. They didn't give him assault, just strong armed battery. Damn, strong armed robbery. He slapped her in the face. I guess his arm was strong.
I guess the fish was the one that actually did the assault. And
yeah.
The crackers did the
Next
assault.
commercial, that fish gonna be in jail.
Yes.
He was in custody Thursday for a prior alleged robbery during which he stole a skateboard from a man who he punched, bit, and stabbed in the face and head.
Oh, damn. See, this is why you don't go outside, because that could have been you.
Yeah. That's why I don't skateboard down there by that Family Dollar. Let's see. Shown surveillance images, Gonzalez, who had distinctive tattoos, including one between his eyes, reportedly admitted to the cops he was the individual in the photos. Throughout the interview, Gonzalez stated that he was petty and that he should get time served. That this was petty. Oh, so he's like, oh man, this old bullshit. Come on, man, time served. A judge apparently disagreed.
Ain't that the truth? And my thing is, if you get a tattoo between your eyes, you ain't gonna be lying. Of course it's you.
Setting Gonzalez bond at $30,000 for the 2 pending felony robbery cases. Locked up in the county jail, Gonzalez is familiar with such accommodations. His rap sheet includes convictions for theft, trespass, robbery, cocaine possession, disorderly conduct, and attempted armed robbery, in addition to various jail sentences. He served nearly 2 years in state prison. Guess the race of Mr. Michael Gonzalez.
Hispanic.
All right. Let's check the chat room, see what they believe. Wet Bandit says Latino. Latino says Adrian. A cracker eating crackers. When Pepperidge Farm don't remember, there's Prince Latino. Don't pour water over him at the midnight El Latino Gremlino.
Oh no.
Swam to America with fishes. Hispanic. Couldn't get his cousin Speedy involved. Slow-mo. Latino. God damn. Correct answer is Latino. You got it, Karen.
That's hilarious.
But I also would have accepted black. No one said black. Well, I would have accepted. He looks Afro-Latino.
Yeah, he does.
And of course, somebody said white.
They talked about the tattoo between his eyes.
Yeah.
But with the rest of them tattoos, he got a doily going up and down his neck. We would have spotted him. Like you couldn't hide yourself.
Yeah. It was not a well thought out crime. All right, last thing. Speaking of well thought out crimes, sword ratchetness. All right. YouTube. I have to switch one of my settings so you guys won't get an echo, hopefully.
Okay.
But there's a woman on YouTube. Woman on YouTube.
A Santa Fe woman accused of killing one of her romantic partners with a sword has pleaded guilty.
And we want to warn you, you might find some of the details of this crime disturbing.
Police say Kiara McCauley nearly decapitated a woman in the garage. Of her mother's home. That was back in 2022. That woman was.
I'll reset it.
A Santa Fe woman accused of killing one of her romantic partners with a sword has pleaded guilty.
And we want to warn you, you might find some of the details of this crime disturbing.
Police say Kiara McCauley nearly decapitated a woman in the garage of her mother's home. That was back in 2022. That woman was Grace Jennings, just 21 years old. Police
Can't hear me. Okay. All right. What about now? Can you hear me now, guys? I switched the input. Sometimes that seems to help.
Yeah, can y'all hear us now? Can y'all hear
Oh, they hear now. Okay. All right. So you may get an echo. Okay, and they could hear the video, they just couldn't hear me.
Yes.
Okay.
So y'all may get an echo.
You may get an echo now.
Police say both McCauley and her boyfriend were romantically involved with Jennings. McCauley pleaded guilty yesterday to second-degree murder in exchange for testifying against her boyfriend.
So she killed this black girl.
Yeah, basically decapitated her.
Yeah.
Almost decapitated her.
And it was with her boyfriend, and both of them are not black. Both of them appear to be white. What the fuck was going on?
Right.
He's accused of coercing her to kill Jennings.
McCauley now faces 30 years in prison.
They all kind of look like goth kids, including the black girl.
They do.
They all kind of have like a look to them, but oh my God, what the fuck?
Twice the time a second-degree murder charge normally carries.
Every picture of her eyes, they just get crazier. These eyes are crazy as hell. I feel like it's how bees are yellow and black. That's her eyes. It's like, oh, there's a crazy person, guys. Watch out. She will sting.
Deputy District Attorney says the extra time is for the, quote, brutality of the killing.
So they gave her double the time because of the brutality of the kid. It was like, oh, this is so fucked up. We're going to increase your years.
Get her out of here. So at least they took it seriously, and she got twice the time. Because these sword crimes, a lot of times they don't give them enough time. All right, y'all. That's it. Thanks for listening. We'll be back throughout the week. Until next time, I love you.
I love you too.
Mwah. Bye, everybody.